The U.S. Navy Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer USS Dewey, DDG-105, and the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force Asahi-class destroyer JS Asahi, DD-119, conducted combined operations in the Sulu Sea. While this operation took place on February 9th and 10th, the U.S. Pacific Command disclosed this on 19th February. The location chosen for this exercise is important. The Sulu Sea is a body of water in the southwestern area of the Philippines, separated from the South China Sea in the northwest by Palawan and from the Celebes Sea in the southeast by the Sulu Archipelago. Since it connects the South China Sea to the Celebes Sea, it serves as a critical maritime link. It also has an important strategic position given its proximity to areas like the Spratly Islands, where territorial disputes persist. In this video, Defense Updates reports on the significance of USS Dewey and JS Asahi carrying out combined operations in the Sulu Sea. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Captain Justin Hart's commander, Destroyer Squadron 15, said, "Combined operations are a testament to our nation's shared commitment, ensuring we are able to fly, sail, and operate safely and responsibly wherever international law allows. The experience our U.S. destroyers gain from operating alongside our allies and partners is invaluable, and we take any opportunity to do so. Operations included dynamic maneuvering and communications drills during this multilateral exercise. We continue to integrate with partner nations to train, exercise, and develop tactical interoperability." CDR Shota Takashiro, commanding officer, JS Asahi, said, "Through these operations, we enhanced our tactical capability and interoperability with the U.S. Navy. We are closely collaborating together anytime at sea in order to contribute to regional stability, as well as a free and open Indo-Pacific." It was further stated that the U.S. Navy regularly operates alongside our allies in the Indo-Pacific region as a demonstration of our shared commitment to upholding international law. This statement is critical and basically hits back at China, which is trying to impose its will on the smaller nations of the region, including the Philippines. China claims almost the entire South China Sea demarcated by its 9-line map. It's worth noting that several countries, including Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, have disputed Chinese assertions and have overlapping claims of their own. In 2013, the Philippines government, led by then-President Benigno Aquino III, brought an arbitration case against China in the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague, Netherlands. On 12 July 2016, the tribunal ruled in favor of the Philippines. The landmark decision rejected China's assertion that it enjoys historic rights over the huge area of the South China Sea. China had argued that the tribunal had no jurisdiction in the matter and rejected the decision. Recently, there's been a lot of friction over disputed territories like the Scarborough Shoal and the Spratly Islands. China's been flexing its muscles, sending Coast Guard ships, Navy helicopters, and even research vessels close to Philippine waters, often within what Manila claims as its exclusive economic zone. Just this month, a Chinese helicopter buzzed a Philippine patrol plane, coming as close as 10 feet, and there have been reports of Chinese ships ramming Filipino vessels or blocking resupply missions. It's a pattern of provocation that's got the Philippines on edge and calling out China's moves as aggressive. At the Munich Security Conference, tensions over maritime disputes between China and the Philippines dominated discussions, as former Chinese Vice Foreign Minister Fu Ying described the so-called occupation of disputed South China Sea features as a non-negotiable boundary. Fu, who was China's ambassador to the Philippines from 1998 to 2000, emphasized China's firm stance on territorial ownership, stating, "We cannot lose them." She stated that the Philippines intentionally grounded an aging naval ship on the Second Thomas Shoal in 1999 to establish an outpost and later attempted a similar move at Scarborough Shoal. She remarked, "That's a red line no one should be allowed to cross. That kind of naughtiness shouldn't be encouraged." It is important to note here that both locations fall within the Philippines' Exclusive Economic Zone, or EEZ. An EEZ is a part of the ocean that extends 200 nautical miles from a country's shore. Within this zone, a country has the right to explore and exploit the ocean's resources. Destroyer Squadron 15, of which USS Dewey is part of, is the U.S. Navy's biggest destroyer squadron and U.S. 7th Fleet's principal surface force. The U.S. 7th Fleet is the U.S. Navy's largest forward-deployed numbered fleet and routinely interacts and operates with allies and partners in preserving a free and open Indo-Pacific region. JS Asahi is the lead ship of the Asahi-class destroyer of the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force. The joint operation between USS Dewey and JS Asahi is a message to China. The U.S. has been a steadfast ally to the Philippines in countering China's actions in the South China Sea, particularly as tensions have spiked in recent years. This support stems from a long-standing partnership cemented by the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty, which obligates the U.S. to defend the Philippines if its armed forces, public vessels, or aircraft, including Coast Guard assets, are attacked in the region. The U.S. keeps a naval presence in the region, though it's careful not to escalate unnecessarily. Analysts figure this balance is deliberate, back Manila enough to deter Beijing, but avoid sparking a wider clash. The Philippines, under Marcos Jr., leans hard into this alliance, shifting from Duterte's softer line. Japan has emerged as a key supporter of the Philippines in its standoff with China over the South China Sea, driven by shared concerns about Beijing's growing assertiveness in the region. This support has taken multiple forms, military, diplomatic, and economic, aimed at bolstering Manila's position without directly confronting China militarily. In 2024 alone, Japan committed over $10 million in security assistance, including inflatable boats and drones, to enhance Philippine naval surveillance. The two countries kicked off their first joint military exercises in the South China Sea in August 2024, followed by more drills with the U.S. in December. We can say that with the joint operation in the Sulu Sea, the U.S. and Japan have shown that they have the Philippines' back.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.